It's not a lot of us, but we're still going to continue on because we're not sure of what is happening. So we're just going to move ahead still because did send the notes in the WhatsApp group. I send the activity and so on. So I guess persons would just have to read the notes on their own. Those are not a part of the class right now. All right, so we have been looking, and this is a quite a simple topic, right? We've been looking on the impact of technology on various subject areas or various jobs in the world. And in the last, can you see the screen? Can you see what I'm showing?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, in the last class, or the last few classes, we looked at the impact of technology in business. That's where we looked at things like telecommuting, teleconferencing, video conferencing, e-commerce, and so on. We looked at impact of technology in manufacturing, where we said they use computer-aided manufacturing design and robots to make things like cars and so on. We looked at the impact of technology in science, technology, and in medicine, where we talk about online doctors and telemedicine and e-medicine and all of that, right? I think
Yes,
we
sir.
stopped at the impact of technology in education. Am I correct? I think that's where we stopped. So we looked at how technology is currently impacting education, especially in this time. We're having a lot of online classes, using a lot of social media for classes and so on. Students can do their own research. Technology has become so rampant that everybody can, students are privy to a lot of information. I don't know if anybody saw the thing that was going around with where Google was offering like real size, life size animals. Anybody saw it? Like you could just type in a lion and then you can pretend like you're standing in front of it and take a picture, or you're on the back of it or something, which was really cool. Anybody tried it? Anybody saw it?
Yes.
Huh?
No, miss.
Yes.
No, miss. No,
No.
miss.
All right, well, maybe because you're teenagers, but for younger children, it might have been more cool for them. So it's like, it's in Google, like say you type in a lion, right? It asks if
Yes,
you want
miss.
to see a life-size lion, and you click yes, and then you position the camera where you want to see the lion. That's you position your camera on your phone somewhere in your house, and then the
Yes,
lion
miss.
like appears there in 3D.
Oh yeah, miss. Me see it last night. Them that have one church service, and the man, it's like he make one church background.
Well, that's on Zoom. That's just a background. I'm talking about animals. It's just used for animals.
Oh,
Any kind of animal you want. And people are we're putting up pictures where they're letting like the children petting the animal and so on. So it's like the children are fascinated because they think that, oh, I'm here with this lion for real. It roars and everything and tries to scratch you. You guys
So,
can
so,
try it afterwards. All right, so technology is really impacting education because here now, with even with just something as simple as that, children can feel as though they are in the zoo or whatever because they're seeing monkeys, they're seeing lions and fish and everything. All right, so we're going to continue and we're going to move on to the impact of technology in law enforcement. Now, before going through the notes, it's not a lot of us time, depending on you guys to participate. What does law have to do with law enforcement? When we talk about law enforcement, what are we talking about?
police,
Police, good.
soldier.
Soldier, and these persons enforce the law by making sure that the laws are not broken, right? So how do you think technology impacts law enforcement? Anybody? How is technology impacting law enforcement? What kind of technology is the police or soldier using or lawyers using or whoever as it relates to law enforcement? Any way in which technology is impacting this area?
miss, repeat that again. Come, I get distracted.
Law enforcement. Is there any way in which you see technology is impacting law?
Um,
Cameras.
Very good. So the police are now Well, they have all kind of cameras now. So you have cameras that they put up in the stoplights and so on, and they have body cameras as well. And what's the purpose of these?
So like if them are speed, then can know who speed and which part they can find it.
So like these cameras can take like a screenshot or a picture of the person's license plate and see that they broke the red light and so on. And the body cameras, no, those ones would be used like when they go out to fight crimes and so on. They can see exactly what happened, who shoot first, who was wrong, and all of that, right? Any other technology you see being used in law enforcement?
Metal detector.
Metal detector, very good. Anything else? What about if somebody commits a crime and they want to find out who commit the crime? What are some things that they use?
Lie detector.
They use lie detectors.
Yeah.
Fingerprint testing. They can even use like a strand of your hair. Like say somebody is a criminal and they rape somebody or harm somebody in some way, and they in fussing with the person, a strand of their hair, like just a little piece of hair, can trace back to them. Well, in Jamaica we don't have that high level of technology, but in other parts of the world, all right? So let's see what this says. Law enforcement agencies and organizations use computer technology to help them investigate crimes and misdemeanors and settle cases faster and more efficiently. The names, photos, and details of criminals are kept on a database. So police are not writing down the names of the criminals in books and so on. It's kept on database on a computer. So that's one way. Civil law enforcement is used to maintain general law and order. Traffic fines come under civil law enforcement. Here are some software that are used. So database is used to store a lot of information. And you have other software that does collect forensic and other evidence relating to crimes, such as to analyze DNA results. And we just spoke about that. Software for monitoring, such as phone tapping. You know what phone tapping is? But no?
No.
So
Hacking
phone
into
tapping.
other person's phone?
Yeah, so like when they hack into other people's phone and can hear their conversation, right? So police can use that kind of software to hear a conversation between criminals and so on, right? And I think maybe that's what they would have used with Vibes Cartel's phones. So they would have had access. Or I'm not sure if they actually listened to the conversation. Well, no. I'm not sure if it was voice notes or what, but they could have used this if it was a straight call. All right. So and you have vehicle trackers now that you can use to track people's vehicles. All of those things. The police, even the thing they'll have the speedometer gun. Times gone by, they never used to have that, right? You notice they step out and hold out the speedometer gun, and it tells how fast the person is going. So when they stop you now and say you're speeding, you can't tell no lie and say, no man, I just 50 minutes ago, because they point the speedometer gun and it's accurate. It gives a specific time and so on. So you can't lie and you get a ticket there and so on. All right.
Yes, sir.
The technology basically taking over everything. It's making our lives easier. So let's look at recreation and gaming. And you guys might like this one. What do you know about technology and games? Recreation just mean leisure time, fun, having fun. So how is technology impacting the way in which we have fun and the way in which we play games?
The way in which we have fun.
How is it impacting games?
It's true.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes. Go ahead, Alan.
3D imaging, miss.
All right, they have 3D imaging. All right. Well, think about gaming. Like back in the days, children never used to have tablets and stuff to play games. They'd go outside and run up and down and play Chinese skip and hopscotch and all of those things. So how has technology impacted gaming? Huh?
Well, Miss, what I can say, yeah, you play game for the internet and so on, like, them build something to make you play game.
All right, so you can play games online, right? So no longer do you have to go outside and play. Even games as simple as chess that you would sit and play with on the outside or inside with family and friends. So you can play, you can download chess and play it online or on your phone.
Yes,
So
sir.
this is limiting interaction with people and so on as people get caught up in these technological devices. Even so now too, it's like it uses simulation. Games are using simulations to make it seem like you're actually there. So like you put on the virtual reality glasses and you're playing a game that you're fighting and you're using your hands for real and you're kicking for real and you're moving through whether forest or whatever, and it seems as though you're really, really, really in the game. So technology
Yes,
has come a long way where that is concerned. So it's basically
I always want to do it.
virtual reality. All right. All right. So let's see what it says. Computers and computer technology are not limited to work. Many people own computers to pursue hobbies and to play games and so on. All right. So we have, as it relates to recreation, you can edit photos, edit videos, surf the internet and find out things that interest you, watch videos, upload videos, download music on your devices, listen to live broadcasts, listen to podcasts, bloggers, vloggers, edit videos. You can play flying games and it seems as though you're actually in a plane, moving and steering and all of that. Dude, that's virtual reality. That's using simulations. All right. You have Photoshop, where you can take off people's head and put on somebody else's head, and all of those things. So people do these things for fun. Not that it's always right, especially depending on the kind of pictures and so on. So technology has really impacted the way in which we are having fun. So even things that seemed very far removed, like you want to go to say Grand Canyon as a vacation, you can just go on YouTube, type in Grand Canyon, and even though you're not really there, but at least you see what it looks like and you have an overall view, an aerial view. That means a view from the sky and you're seeing everything and knowing what takes place there and so on. So technology really impacts the way we are playing games and the way we're having fun. Even though you notice they're keeping online parties because we can't go anywhere, so they're having online parties, online concerts and all the works. So that's another way in which technology is really impacting the way we have fun. And I'm sure everybody knows that most games when you're playing, they may use like a joystick or a controller. All right, music now, and we're almost finished. Music. How is technology impacting music?
But Miss, you can, like, technology, you can use, like, laptop, go
Mm-hmm.
online, download, like, a app named GarageBand, and then
Mm-hmm.
you can make music with it, like, create music.
So you don't have to have somebody playing a piano, somebody playing a keyboard, somebody playing a guitar, or violin, or whatever. You can actually simulate all of this by,
Yes, sir.
excuse me, by using various software, right? And what
Yes, sir.
about sound effects and what you call it now, where the auto tunes, where they put on let the person sound like they can actually sing and they really can't sing. So how they mix the songs in the studios and all of that.
Yes,
And
sir.
then if you catch the person one away and ask them to sing, the person doesn't sound half of how they sound in the on their CD or whatever, because this person probably really can't sing that well, but because they have auto tunes and all of those software, they make them sound good. All right. So the
Yes,
music
ma'am.
industry uses computer technology to create and edit music. Recording studios can use computers to modify the quality of music as well as merge different layers and sounds and add sound effects. Several
Yes, ma'am.
programs allow you to record your own music, then edit and modify it. Most music software at large music companies is custom written. Custom written meaning it's designed for you specifically, Some hardware requirements are computers, servers to run the software, and the recording and the editing of equipment. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So we're almost finished. Impact of technology in engineering and design. All right. So engineering has to do with making things, right?
Yes,
Like making of cars and all of that. All right, so there are various technology that engineers, persons who design cars, design phones, or create phones, create cars, or whatever other equipment and so on. There are certain technology software that they can use to do so. Three actually. The first one is called computer aided design. The second one is computer aided draft design and drafting. And the last one is computer aided engineering. So we're going to go through the three of them. So engineers use computer aided design, and that's CAD, to help them develop technical drawings that are used as blueprints. These are often three-dimensional and can be controlled in a number of ways. All right, so the computer aided design is to actually design what you're going to come up with as an engineer. So if say I'm an engineer that does and we have 10 minutes, well, you guys took long to come on and so on. So when we're finished, I'm going to send the next link and we go up to 2 o'clock. All right.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. So computer aided design. So I was saying, if I'm an engineer and I design, say, smartphones, right? I would use computer aided designing to design how I want my phone to look. What if I want the phone to shape round instead of rectangular or whatever? So I'd use that, I'd design my phone and all of that using computer aided design. So computer aided design engineers use it basically to design, to draw out what they're going to be making first. Just like how, and it's a use as blueprint. So when persons are designing house, they get an architect to do the blueprint, it's the same
Yes,
thing.
ma'am.
So they use CAD, and architects use CAD as well to design houses and buildings, right? So they use CAD, computer aided design, to do the blueprint of whatever they're going to make. The next one is called computer aided design and drafting, right? It is similar, except that it can also produce two-dimensional drawings. So the CAD produces three-dimensional, 3D, three-dimensional drawings, but the CAD, well, let me not call it CAD because both of them would be CAD. So CAD produce 3D drawings, and CADD can only produce two-dimensional, so it's 2D. So both of them do the same thing, but one can produce 3D and the other one 2D. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Computer aided engineering now. This is where engineers use computers to help them analyze plans made by CAD. So when they use CAD to draw their whatever, to make and design their things, they use the CAE to analyze it, see if it's going to work and all of that, right? So these programs can simulate technical designs to ensure that they will work properly in real life, which is an important advantage. Engineers need personal computers with good monitors to create drawings. They need graphics, plotters, and other printers, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
Give me a second, 1 second, please. All right. So the computer aided engineering now is what they're going to use to test out if their design work. So for those of us who like when they design a car, right? You ever watch where they have the simulator with the car to see, like they have like a dummy in the car and they use
Yes,
the
ma'am.
computer to simulate it and let the car crash in a wall and then they say the airbag fly and everything, and then they say, oh, the person neck is going to break, and then the front end go on damage, and they simulate to see how best the car or the vehicle can withstand pressure and all of that. Anybody ever watch that?
Yes, miss.
All right, so that's the simulation. So that's what computer aided engineering is all about. So after them design it, them test it to see if it's going to work. All right.
Yes, miss.
All right. So this part is basically like a summary impact of IT in the workplace, because we already did that basically when we looked at business, right? So we're going to go through this part quickly. This area considers how people use computer technology in their jobs and how computer technology affects them. Computer skills. Staffs are expected to have or to learn computer skills needed to do their jobs. Job advertisements often specify exactly what skills are required. So what this is saying is that nowadays, nobody wants to employ anybody that doesn't at least have some form of computer skills. Well, it depends on the work, right? But most jobs now, you need some form of computer related skills. So, and it breaks it down here. So it's the office, so especially if you're working in an office, right? Office employees must be able to use general purpose software. That is like Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, and so on. Must be able to use a database, must be able to use a web browser. Web browser is like Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox. Must be able to use email, know how to attach a file, know how to delete emails, know how to send an email, and so on. Teachers, so it's gone now to teachers. Teachers are expected to use computers to prepare class notes, PowerPoints, exercises, test, use interactive whiteboards, use computers to assess and mark students' work, teach students how to use computer, set up computers and software to perform simulated experiments or demonstration. Well, I guess that part is if the teacher is a science teacher. Engineers' work has a scientific nature, and engineers are usually quite good at using computers. Engineers need to be able to use the CAD and the CAE. Those are the two ones we just spoke about. So the CAD is used computer aided design, used to design whatever they're going to make, and the CAE now is when they're going to test the design, right? Number two, use graphics plotters, and a plotter is basically a printer. And a plotter is used to create 3D drawings. Like, so when you learned printers, when you did printers and you looked at plotter is used to print like big drawings that have a lot of details, like a map of the world and so on. All right, medical staff now. Medical staff, their job is very hands-on because they're dealing with patients and medicine. So the medical staff should be able to access patient record, know how to store them on the computer, use equipment to monitor patient's health. So like they should know how to monitor the what's the machine called? Life support machine. They should know how to monitor a pressure check machine and all of those things. But movie industry, we didn't look at movie industry. No. But we can imagine the movie industry use a lot of technology, right? You ever wonder how some movies you see people are fly, people are kick, all kind of something happening, and these things are not happening for real. So in movies they use a lot of animation, a lot of special effects to make these things look real, a lot of graphics. All right. Let me see now. All right, 1 minute is left, so I'm going to close this and open the next one for us to continue. All right, guys, please, as I send it, just click on it so that we can move fast. I'm going to send it now. All right.